Welcome back to AuctionProTemplates.com. My name's Alibaba, and in this tutorial we're going to be going over the tabs, okay? We're going to show you how you can change the content in these tabs. Now these tabs are set up to be identical on every page, so normally customers use these tabs for things like payment or shipping information or about us or terms and conditions, stuff like that. They add inside of here, and generally this information is identical across all listings. The way we're doing this is it is identical across all listings, okay? And I'm going to show you how you can edit this, and how that if you had 100 listings on eBay, how by editing this one file, uploading it and overwriting it, it will automatically update 100 listing page. This is powerful stuff, so let us get started. One disclaimer I will make is we're starting to get into some more complex sort of stuff. It is still quite simple, but if you're not used to dealing with code or seeing code, or it becomes too confusing for you, please let us know, okay? We do have a service available where we can do all of this for you. For those of you who are brave enough to dive into the nitty-gritty, let us proceed. So what we want to do now is we want to go to a JS folder and we want to choose tabs.js. And you'll notice that again we've built these into block sections. You'll notice this is tab content 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pretty much this and these tabs here is the only stuff that you're going to need to change really. If I go back to here, you'll notice we have name tab 1, name tab 2, name tab 3, 4, 5. Okay, this section here is in this block of is on line 3 and 4. Okay, so whatever you want to call those names, you would change it on line 4. So as an example, we have name tab 1. Let me move across here. Name tab 5, name tab 4, name tab 3. So you can call these whatever you want, and what we'll do for this tutorial is we'll actually just call these a name. So I'm going to call this about us. Name tab 1 I'm going to call, I don't know, payment. This is all fictitious. Tabs 3 I'm going to call this shipping. And let's say, for example, you don't want tab 4 and 5. Well, what you need to make sure is you'll notice you have an openingly and you have a closingly. You just need to delete out the one that you don't want. So in our example, tab number 13, we want to delete from the openingly to the closely. We want to delete that out. We also want to do the same on tab number 14. I just want to show you how this actually works. So you'll notice we have a lee, opening lee, and then we have the / closing lee, tab number 14. We just simply want to delete that out, okay? So that is us ready to go. We now have 3 tabs. Now as we deleted out 14 and 13 and 14, we need to make sure that we delete it out in this code as well, okay? Just to keep it tidy. If you didn't, nothing major would really happen, but it's just best to keep it tidy. So as we deleted, we've only got, and I'll show you here one more time, we got tab 10, tab 11 and tab 12. We got tab 10, tab 11, tab 12, meaning these 2 tabs here we don't want. So we're just simply going to delete that out. So just highlight them both and delete. Okay, so now we just have 3 tabs. So that's how you, 1, create the tab names, and 2, choose to how many tabs that you want here. If you wanted more, then it would be exactly the same system, but the opposite way. You would instead actually just copy the tab, make some space, and you make sure you've got a different number. You can't have the same number. So in this example, you'd have tab 15. And then you would scroll back up to the top, and after tab 14, you would just copy tab 14, copy from the lee to the closing lee, and then after the closing lee, just paste in that new lee and call this 15, and that will now give you that extra tab down the bottom. So that now means when you come back to and preview this in the real world, you will now have 6 tabs. Okay, so that's how you add and that's how you subtract. I'm just going to subtract that one, and I'm going to get rid of these 2. So that's that. The next thing you need to do is we need to change the content that goes inside of these tabs. So you'll notice that when we click the tab, the information actually changes. So the way to do this is under tab 1, which is, let's come back to our programmer's notepad, tab 1 content. You'll notice that we've talked about the ID, the tab 10. Inside of here you will have an H3, which is the header. Let me show you here, which is this header here, subheader here 1. So that is the stuff that goes inside of the H3, subheader here 1. And then inside of the P tag you have the add text here 1. And again, that will be this text here, add text here 1. So obviously, whatever you put inside of here, I'm going to do it. This is main title, and inside of the P, this is going to be the cool text. Okay. Again, you can add breaks inside of here. You can do stuff like that if you want, like you did in the last tutorial. If you want to make another line of text, then just simply copy that P and then paste it in, and that will give you now, this is, I'm having to work with a smaller monitor here. This is line 2. Now one thing I need to make clear here, and this is the reason we're doing it this way, is it has to be in one consistent line. This is what makes doing this process a little bit more complicated. You can't have it, as an example, you can't have it like this. If you do like that, where you have like spaces and stuff like that, this will cause an error and it will make it not work. So what making this more complicated is that you can't have any spaces between the divs or the Ps or the H3s and closing and opening. Okay, so just make sure you don't add any spaces and just keep building it in a line. I know it's a little bit complicated, but really there's no way around this. This is just I would say the easiest way of doing this, okay? Like I say, we have something available if this is too much of a headache for you. So that's what you would do throughout each one of them. You would do that for the next H3, the next one, the next one. You would add your text in here for the next one. You can copy and paste text. So as an example, we can come in, let's say, to number 4, and some text I just copied, we can just paste it in there. Now pasting in text is fine, and you'll notice it makes the spaces. All you need to do is just bring everything back up, and you'll notice in Notepad++ it goes grey, which means that everything's okay. When it's black like this, it means that it's not okay. Okay, so just make it nice and grey. The only thing that should be black is the .write type. Okay, so you can paste in code. You can, as you can see, we've got a break here. I can add another one here as well. I can do some other HTML elements in there, but you can paste it in there. You just need to make sure that you get rid of those spaces. Once you've made the final changes to this file, you need to save it, and then you need to come back to your FTP and you need to upload that again. This is really important. If you make the edit offline, you make the edit inside of this notepad, and then you go preview eBay, you'll notice that the eBay hasn't changed. Reason being is you haven't actually uploaded the file yet. So I'm just going to upload tabs to the JS folder. I'm taking it from the JS folder and I want to put it into the JS folder. So tabs inside of the JS folder. It's going to ask me to overwrite it. I'm going to choose OK. And that's now going to override every single listing that you have on eBay this tabs is connected to. Okay, so it's pretty powerful stuff. It now means basically that you don't actually have to come into every single eBay product that you have, revise it, then make the edits and then save it. I mean, that's not realistic if you have 1,000 products. It's just not the best way to do that. We've tried to make this a system that you just change it one time, upload it, and it'll automatically upload it and overwrite it on every single listing that you want. So that's how you change the tabs. In the next tutorial we're going to be doing something similar, and we're going to be changing this section down here, related products section. Hope this tutorial has been helpful. Please let us know if you get any questions. Thanks very much.